Well, hello there, folks. I was going to show you how to make cream of zucchini today, but they didn't have zucchinis at the farmer's market. They had pumpkins. So I'm going to show you how to make cream of pumpkin soup. I'm on my way to the store, however, to get apples because we didn't have any apples at home. Okay, so I have the apples. I'm on my way home and I am about to show you guys all how to make some delicious pumpkin soup. Yeah! Here comes Amos! Now Amos Moses was a Cajun. He lived by himself in the swamp. He hunted alligator for a living. He just knocked him in the head with a stomp. Welcome to my kitchen. So the first step to making a good pumpkin soup is to actually use real pumpkin. So I'm going to show you how to make pumpkin puree from scratch. It starts with pumpkin. Take your BAK and cut that shit up. See that gross shit? All this shit? Get it out of there. While you're scraping that stuff out, go get your oven ready. Preheat that guy to right around 400 degrees. After you're done gutting your pumpkins, cut them into smaller, manageable pieces, hit them with a little olive oil and salt, and stick them on a pan. Like so. Throw those bitches in the oven. And they should get about as tender so that you can cut them easily with a paring knife. But it'll probably be about a half hour, 45 minutes, and they'll be done. So go do the dishes or something, and then come back in about a half hour. Alright, the dishes are done, but the pumpkins are not, so let's move on to the other shit. You're going to want to peel and chop up a couple of Honeycrisp apples, some fresh garlic, and one cooking onion, a yellow onion, a white onion, whatever you want. I have these little guys fresh from the garden, so I'm going to use 4. Shaboom! Now, most recipes for soup call for a little oil or something, but since this is a more savory dish, I like to use butter. Throw the onions and the apples right into the pan. Now you're going to want to saute these onions until they get pretty translucent. Should take less than 10 minutes. But before you get to that point, you're going to have to treat it with my secret. Deglaze that shit with a little bit of whiskey. Not a lot. Just a little to give it some bite. I just pulled the pumpkins out of the oven. They seem pretty tender. Just let them cool off a little bit so you can touch them, because then we're going to peel them and process them. You're going to want to cut those pumpkins into smaller pieces so that we can process them. The peels should come clean off very, very easily if they're cooked right. Once the pumpkin has cooled down and you've peeled it, you want to throw it through a food processor. Once that's sauteed sufficiently, throw in your pumpkin puree. Hit that with a little salt, nutmeg, cinnamon, thyme, and brown sugar, probably about a half a teaspoon of each. Then fill her up with chicken stock or vegetable stock, about 32 ounces, and let that simmer for anywhere between 10 to 20 minutes. So it's looking good. If you're one of those lucky people that have an immersion blender, now would be the time to use it. I do not, so I'm going to have to ladle this all out separately into my food processor and then back into the bowl. At this point, you're going to want to add in your heavy cream and let it get to temperature. And there she is, cream of pumpkin soup. If you saved the seeds from the pumpkins, you could toast those and use them as a garnish. I didn't, because I just didn't give a damn.